Hello guys, how are you all? Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we are going to talk about file handling in Python programming language. So as we all know that a file is some kind of information or data which stays in the computer storage devices. We already know the different types of files: music files, video file, text file, etc. So Python programming gives us a easy way to manipulate these files. So it divides these files into two categories basically. The first one is the text files, which contains only the text information, and the second one is the binary file. So where binary files contains binary data which can only be readable by the computer. Alright, so suppose I already have a file in computer uh, which I want to read. So how can I read it? So for this, let's make a program. So before proceeding further, let's make sure the file that we are going to read must be in the same folder where we have all the files of the coding basically. So then we can read it. Otherwise we have to input the path, the whole path of the file basically. So let's proceed. So I am going to create a variable f and I am going to use a attribute open. So and in the open function I am going to name my file.txt. So there is the file which I created here, which is this is the file which is file.txt. So all the files are here, so I don't need to write the path here, so I can just directly write the name here. It will work fine. So and then I need to read it, I need to f dot read, I need to call the read function, and then after open the file we must need to close it. So the close this we need to call this close function, which is very important, otherwise the file will remain open. So as you can see, if I run this program, you can see that this file contains only my name yet. Alright, so that's how we can read the file. So if I want to know the cursor position in a file, where is my cursor is located in a file, so we can do that. So if I comment this code and write here print, I am using the string formatting, the cursor position is, I'm going to write here f.tell. So by using this tell function, it will tell us the current position of our cursor in the file which we are reading basically. So as you can see, if I run this program, you can see that the cursor position is 0. So I can change my cursor position by using the seek method and insert and increment the position of the cursor, which is 1, and again print f.tell function. So as you can see, as we discussed, tell will return the current value of the cursor. As you can see, if I run this program, you can see that it is returning 1 because I changed the cursor position by using this seek method. So if I write here 55, so it will return us 55, and so on. By using this seek method, we can change the position of our cursor, and by using this tell method, we know that where my cursor is located in the file. Now what we have, how can we read the file line by line? All the code I will be uploaded in the GitHub. You can access this code I will provide the link in the description. Alright, now let's discuss that how can we read our file line by line. So as you can see, if I again create an f variable and again open it, which is say that file.txt, and so in this file I am going to increment some names here. So there are 3 names in this file and I save it now. So I want to read this file line by line. So to do this I need to use a function called Readline Function. So I can directly f.readline by this function and I need to close it. And if I again run this program, you can see that it is printing my name. So and if I want to print the second line, so I need to repeat this code and one time more, and then you can see that it is appearing the second line. As you can notice here, there is the gap between these 2 lines. So to remove this gap, we need to use and to end space. So as you can see, if I again run this program, you can see that now there is no gap between these 2 lines of the file. Okay. So there is another method where we can read the data of our file in the list data type. So by using the readlines method. So I am going to create another variable which is open and file.txt. It should be in the inverted commas, the file name, and lines, which is that I'm going to f.read lines, and now print and then we need to close it. So as you can see, if I run this program, you can see that now that my data is appearing in a list data type. As you can see, there is after each name there is the \n, which represents that the next word is in the next line. So it is representing the next line, basically the \n. As we see the file here, you can see that my cursor is at after the David. So if I remove this and again save this file, so you will see that after the David this \n should be disappear. As you can see, there is no \n here because now there is no second line here. Only we have these 3 names. Now what we have here, how to know the name of our file. I mistyped it, name and name. Okay, so I can identify the name of my file by using this directly the name attribute. So if I directly, after printing it, if I directly want to print the name, so I can directly write here f.name. So it whatever it will open, it will print it here. So as you can see, it is saying the file.txt. It is the name of my file. So we can also print it in the second box because it is already we created already the variable f here. So I can directly write here name.f.name. So it should, yes, it is printing already the name of our file, which is we are currently working here. So we can already know that our file is already closed or not. So that our file is closed or it is not closed and it is open. So we can know that if I am going to create this open and file.txt and print this attribute f.closed. So this closed attribute will return either true or false. So as I closed this and I did not closed it and I print it. So and now if I close this file and again f.closed. So basically what will happen if I run this program, you can see that it is returning false. Why? Because this file is open here. and it hasn't been closed, and then the file is being closed, and now it is returning true that the file is already closed now. So that is how we identify, or we can say that we can know that our file is closed or it is open. We usually open our file by using this method. We use with open, and we write here the name of the file txt, and then variable as f, or we can write any variable we want. So, and then we just simply can print data if we want. So if I want to read whatever is in the file, so I can directly print here data. So you can see that all the data we have in our file is appearing at the output. So we can also read our data by using this method. We usually use this method basically. Now, so how can we write in a file? So there are three modes, or we can say that there are three methods to write in a file. So the first one we have is W method. So if we use W mode to write in our file, so it deletes the previous data which already we have in our file, and it only adds the new data in our file. So basically, I am going to use this method as now. If I want to write something, I need to use this write function, and suppose I want to write here John. So as you can see that if I run this program, you can see that it is, what is it saying, that I forgot to mention the method, that which method we are using. So that is why it is saying that it is not writable. So I need to write the method which is W method. So we are using W method here, so I need to write W here. And if I again run this program, you can see that it is run already. And if I close my file and again open it, you can see that all my previous data is being overwritten by this John. Alright, so by this W method will overwrite the previous data in a file and add the new one. So and another thing is, so suppose if I write a file which does not exist here, so if I write here and any name here which does g.txt. So as we know that there is no file called g.txt, if I write this W method, it will automatically create this file and add this data into it. So if I'm going to run this program, you can see that it is run, and now we have this file G, and this file contains the same data. So file.txt. Now the second method we have is called A mode or append method. So this append method we use when we do not want our previous data to be overwritten by the new data. So if I'm going to again open file.txt, and now I am using the A mode or append method as F. So I can write here .de. So if I write here my name again, so you will see that it will just write this data just after the previous. I run this program, you can see that it is executed. So I need to close this file first and again open it, which is file.txt. You can see that after this John, my name is here. So if I want to have the gap, I can just give the gap in the, I will just write the gap here, so it will automatically add in the file. Alright, so this method will also create the file if we do not write the file name correct here. So if I mistype the file name, it will automatically generate another new file and contain this data in it, and will add this data in it, basically. Sorry. So there is another method which we have called r plus mode method. So r plus mode method, or we can say that read and write, we can by using this method we can do both. We can either read or write in our file. So we can by using this r plus method we can also write just after the previous data. Actually we need to insert the location of our cursor in this method. So wherever our cursor is, it will start adding the data from there. Otherwise it will override the previous data. So just consider an example here. So just I.txt, it must be on the inverted commas now, and we have as f. So if I write here again f dot write, and so if I want to write here this name Anas, and before inserting this name I need to insert the cursor position, otherwise it will override the previous data. So I can, by using this seek method, inside this seek method I can, whatever the length of my file here, I can directly use this. So we can use this pattern here. So basically the seek method will insert the position of our cursor. So whatever the length of our whatever the data we have in our file, it will calculate the length of the data, and we can directly add the new data just after the previous one. I hope you understand what I am saying. So I can basically want it to print in the next line, so I write here \n, and I can write here Anas, you have gained some weight again. So it is funny. So as you can see, if I run this program, there is an error. What is it saying? And is it, yes, I forgot to mention the method again. So we are using r plus method. Yes, sorry, r, we have plus r plus method. So as you can see, if I again run this program, you can see that it is executed. Now close it and again reopen it. So you can see that just after the previous data we have this line which we have just added. So that is how we have this W method, append method, and this read and write method. So, and now we have this practice problem. We can say that we have 4 different names, and we have for 4 different names we have 4 different salaries in one file, and we take 4 names and 4 salaries from one file and write it in another file. So let's do this example. First I am going to remove all the data from my file and save it. Now we have now the practice problem. In this practice problem, we need to have 4 names and 4 salaries from info, and we write it in first file and we need to write it from first file into another file. So we are going to input 4 names from the user. And these are the A, B, C, and D. So asking the 4 names separately, we can directly ask these names combined here. Enter your name. and I need to use this split method. We already have discussed this split method in previous videos, so I hope it makes sense. So we have salaries now, so I am writing here S1, S2, S3 and S4, and we have input, enter your salaries. Hard question. We have split, no backslash, and they are also the comma separated. Now we need to write it into the first file, and then we can write it into the second file. It must be in the inverted commas. Now we need to write the names and salaries into the first file, and then we can write these from this file into second file. So first I need to open a file. So I need to write here with open. The file we have is file.txt again. So inverted commas as f. This must be in the tab. So f dot write. So I'm using string formatting here to print my data into file. So first we have the name, and second we have the salary S1. So I'm going to copy this 4 times because we need to input these 4 names and 4 salaries again and again. So we have first A, and we have B and C and D. These are the 4 names, and the salary for S2, S3 and S4. Now these all the data should be stored in our file.txt. Now I need to open another file, which is as you can see that we already have opened this file.txt, and we need to write this data into another file. So I'm going to open another file which hasn't been created yet. So I am naming it file1.txt. So this also must be in the inside the inverted commas, and so I am naming it basically J, which is because we haven't used this variable. We already use ABCD. Now so we can write here G dot write I'm again using a string formatting, and then the A's. So I can use the names after the apostrophe by using this backslash here. So this names salary is this S1. So I just need to copy this 4 times again. Now, so after the second line, I want it to print in the next line, so I am using backslash n, and backslash n. So I just rename this A to B, A to C, and A to D. And then we have the salary, so S2, we have S3, and we have S4. Now we are all done. So basically the thing that I am forgetting that I need to, thank God I remembered before running, I need to use this append method. So why I am using this append method basically, so if we do not have a file just like file1 we haven't created yet here, There is no file1 here. We have only file here. So this file will automatically create it. So as you can see, for this program, so there is an error. What is it saying? Yes, input syntax error in line 4. Yes, I forgot to write here dot. The syntax should be dot split method. So as you can see, it is we should not forget that we need to write the comma after each name. We have David, we have phone names David, and we have Ali. These are the phone names, and press enter. So it is asking for the salaries, and so these are the 4 random numbers which we will consider as salaries, and press enter. So you can see that it has already done its work. So let's check it. So yes, file1 has already been created. So how can we read data into file from file1? We can read data in file1. So I can directly read with, as we know that, with open file1.txt. Oh, I always forget to write the inverted commas as f, and I can directly say that, so I can directly print that f dot read. So whatever we have in the file1 should appear in the output. So as you can see, if I run this program, you can see that as we write here that what is the name and the apostrophe s, and salary is this, that my name, salary is this, and the 4 names that I entered are overwritten. We can write from one file to another file. You can see that file1 has the data from file. So I hope these all the things are clear to you. So if you have any questions, you can ask in the comments. I am waiting for you. So in the next week, we will be discussing about CSV files, comma separated values files in Python programming language. That how Python how can we manipulate the CSV files in Python programming. So let's meet you in the next week. Take care. Have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.